Right, shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
All right then. Hello there, friends, and welcome back to another episode of Football Manager Therapy. I am your host, Rich Owens, and joining me today, look at it, it's everybody. The gang is all here. Dee's here, Stakey's here, Jeb is here. We've not been together in the same room or at the same time on the internet to record a podcast together in a little while because of hiatus. But look us all back together now. Isn't it wonderful? Dee, hello friend, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, Rich. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice. This is nice. I like this.
This is nice.
Familiar. It does. It
I
feels
would
familiar.
I would like to throw out a very quick caveat. I'm on some tablets at the moment, listeners and viewers, and if I start talking absolute nonsense in about 20 minutes, it's the tablets. It's definitely not my opinions or the opinions of Football Manager Therapy.
Oh no, they are. They're all your opinions. You're a party girl with a bad habit.
Yeah.
A bad habit for drugs.
That's me.
That's you.
Me to a T, mate.
Ecstasy, ecstasy, E for ecstasy. There you go. We all know. We all know. But we're here to help you. We're here to help.
Cheers,
you.
man.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to your descent into just
I'm looking forward to seeing it recorded.
yeah.
I only ever get it from inside my own head. It'd be nice to actually watch what I look like whilst it's happening.
Some sort of fever dream. And then it's very real though. Very real.
Oh, yeah.
Stakey Bakety, how are you, my friend?
Hello, buddy. I'm very good, thank you. Very, very good. You've already been asked what about yourself, but I'm going to say it again. What about yourself?
Still fine.
Good.
Still, yeah. Nothing major has happened in the last couple of minutes to change that. So yeah, doing
Excellent.
good.
I'm glad. I was worried there for a second.
Thank you, Pam. I appreciate that. Lovely to have you here. Love to see you again.
Thank you, buddy. Lovely to see you too.
Delightful boy. Jeb's also here. I think Jeb's asleep.
Jeb.
Yeah.
Okay, bud.
It's been 84 years
Oof.
since we last did a podcast.
Yeah.
I've been waiting here the whole time.
Oh.
Are you going to throw the heart of the ocean into like the sea after we finish recording this podcast?
Or maybe have a bath if you've been there for that
Is that
long.
Victor Seaman? I'm confused. Is that his now
Are you
his
going
new
to
nickname?
throw
He's the
very,
heart
very
of the ocean. The heart of the ocean. Can we discuss Romelu Lukaku scoring the winning goal for Napoli to secure them the title? Can we discuss that? You know.
I mean, he just put the icing.
yeah,
Realistically
yeah,
speaking,
no,
he put the icing on top of the Scott McTominay cake. So
Well, yeah, no. Exactly. Scott McTominay wouldn't have been half the player this season if it wasn't for Big Rom. Just saying.
no, Scott McTominay when he got to the club, he and Romelu Lukaku found Victor Osimhen's manifest, how to be really good at Napoli, and they both read it and they went, "See, Spanish, Italian, and yeah.
Are you sure?
No,
Yeah, I thought so.
not at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Not at all. They read it though. They read it, and
Did they?
look at them now. Look at them now. If you'd said to me 2 years ago Scott McTominay was going to be idolised in Serie A, I'd have believed you. 100%. It sounds like something from one of Dee's fever dreams, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really. Scott
Pretty much.
McTominay is going to be like the best midfielder in Italian football. Of course he is.
It's very FM. It does feel very Football Manager.
It very
Just the
much
random
does.
players turned up.
Seems FM playoffs, like McTominay and Lukaku were prime picks back in the day when we had drafting.
They've been paying attention.
Drafting? No, I don't remember that.
No,
The
me
heady
either.
days.
No.
The
Why
heady
would you?
days.
Yeah.
Come on, Dee, just before the drugs kick in, Nostradamus.
Yeah.
You know, because Scott McTominay being
Nostradamus.
very, very good in Italy sounds like something that somebody that's on strong painkillers would say.
Yeah.
Scott, predict the future now. Give us
You want
another
another one?
mediocre Premier League footballer who's going to just tear up a new league within the next couple of years.
Oh,
And then we
that's a
can
great
click back
one.
to this and make that sweet, sweet YouTube money.
Oh, it was someone that plays for Bournemouth, tearing it up for PSG. in about a year and a half. One of them, Clivert. Is he still there? I don't pay attention to football really these days.
He's still there. Yeah.
Wicked. There you go. Clivert will be playing for PSG and he'll score the winning goal in their second Champions League final.
Oof.
Heard it here first.
Yeah.
Heard it here first. Yep.
Wait a minute. What? No, PSG were in the Champions League final before. They just didn't fail.
The one that the winning goal.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. To win it.
To win it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, less of me.
I think that's the next logical step for PSG because since we all sat down together and talked about football at all, they've won a Champions League after getting rid of the three most famous players in footballing history of the last decade. They slacked them all off. Mbappe goes, Neymar goes, Messi goes, and then they win a Champions League. And I was like, oh, well, that's nice. And it was because some of them like them because there's some of the younger players that are coming through and they've been quite exciting and good. And I was like, oh, that's nice. The next logical step is just signing mediocre Premier League players and doing it with them. So Julian Kluivert ticks all the boxes for me in that
Justin
capacity.
Kluivert?
Is it Justin?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Justin.
Yeah, it's
Julian Kluivert is
Julian Kluivert's the brother they don't talk about, who plays in like the fourth tier of Dutch football, but they'll sign him as well.
They'll sign him as well. He'll do it. So we're going to go Justin Kluivert, and then just a front line of three, just very, very Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah,
there you go. He'll be there, and then who's a bang average Premier League winger on the other side, and that's the front three that's going to carry him to the next.
Jack Harrison.
Jack.
Good. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I say bang average. He's awful. Like, just generally. Fast to say, sorry, Leeds and Everton fans. I'm not sorry. It's rubbish. Deal with it. Right.
But he is going to win a Champions League with PSG in a couple of years' time. So good for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guess so.
Well done. Well, we've predicted the future, and I'm excited to see how that turns out. So let's not forget that we've said these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's vitally important further down the line. Lovely. So there you go. So that's happened. PSG have won a Champions League. We were kind of having a bit of a chat before we recorded because we're a Football Manager podcast still, technically. The branding says we're a Football Manager podcast, but we've been playing that much Football Manager while we've been having a little hiatus, have we? Because we're bad people. Not all of us. I mean, Dee's been smashing Holsworthy Albion. Ballon d'Or winners from your chat, I've heard.
Yeah. Clouthy won himself a Ballon d'Or when he joined Man United. Kev came third when he joined Man United. There's a lot of the people that are in the save are joining Man United. And it sickens me because we're going to have to play them when we get to the Prem. And I don't really want that. It's been fun. It's been good to still do something FM-ish. It is a bit nonsense. Spinning a lot of wheels. I spin the wheel a lot. It's been good fun.
Literally, not like one of those metaphorical spinning lots of wheels or spinning lots of plates. It's literally just spinning that wheel again.
Spinning a wheel.
Yeah,
quite a lot. But it's been really good fun. It's been good for chatting with people. There's still a few people still playing the game, and plodding along until we get the new one. So,
which is lovely.
We'll see how it is.
Which is lovely. Could you spin a plate? If I said to you, if I bought you one of those plate spinning kits from like the joke shop, do you reckon you could spin a plate?
I'll give it a go.
That's the spirit.
I'll never back down from a challenge. I'll give it a go.
There you go. When I next see you,
summer
I'd
job.
like you to be spinning a plate.
Summer holidays coming up.
Yeah.
Spinning plates. Yeah.
Nothing but
A
time.
useless skill.
Yeah.
Nothing but time. Yeah, it's true. Summer holidays are upon us, and it's a time to not relax. It's a time to learn new things. Time to better ourselves through basic hand-eye coordination tasks.
I'll learn how to spin a plate if you can find this needle in a haystack for me.
Okay.
Because I've been looking for months.
Okay. Are you going to tell me where the haystack is?
Yeah,
Okay.
the farmyard.
It's a giant haystack.
Is it giant haystacks? A few days of morbidly
it's in
obese
a
man swallow a
grave
needle. Yeah.
somewhere in the Midlands. So yeah, good luck.
Well, but I had jokes on you because that's where I am. Not in a grave. Just gonna. This is a room. I am, unlike Jed, I'm allowed out of it between pod records. All right, I'll do that. I'll do it. Why are you desecrating giant haystacks' grave? Because Dee told me to. Because he's on strong painkillers.
I'm very strong. I mean, I won't lie; they are kicking in. So we may want to start. Hey, Steak, how have you? What have you been up to? What have you been doing, buddy? Go on, please take over. Hey. Yeah.
But the pressure. I have been up to absolutely naff. Brilliant content for a podcast is to come on and say that you've done nothing and have got nothing to say. But so I broke my fingers. That's all that's happened to me. That was good. Still
Lord.
in silly socks, but I was in like a full arm cast, and I broke it in the most mundane way ever. I fell off a garden chair. Great. So don't even have a story. Last time I broke my arm, I crashed a quad bike and it was cool and I sounded cool. This time, no, I fell off a chair, mate, and my fingers went, nah, you're old, mate. They're gone. So yeah, that's all I did. Recovered from not being able to use a computer for 6 weeks. I've done nothing.
Are you better with your other hand on the mouse now?
Not really. I found it really difficult.
It's the worst, isn't it? Using
Yeah.
a mouse left-handed is wrong. It's absolutely wrong.
It just feels weird.
A couple of my colleagues at work are both left-handed, and they do the whole left-handed mouse thing. And I had to use one of their computers briefly the other day to. Now, an exciting look behind the curtain for the audience here. Before we started recording the podcast this evening, I'd forgotten how to set up recording a podcast. Weirdly enough,
Who'd have thought?
Jeb very patiently talked me through it, which is very kind of him. I had to help some of my colleagues with some tech issues they were having because they'd forgotten how to print.
Is that why you rang me?
I don't know what to do. And they've got left. I was like, I know what I'm doing, so I can use the mouse left-handed. It will take 10 seconds. I hated it, and I was crossed hands like I was playing chopsticks on the piano. I hated it, absolutely hated it. So left-handed mouse use. It's a skill. It's a useless skill. Never learn how to do it because you should never need to do it. It's all wrong. Don't like it at all. I like your little finger socks though, Stakey. They're
Thanks.
very nice.
So stylish, right? They're all frayed and coming apart now because they've been on for 2 weeks. But
It's very
Yeah.
punk.
yeah,
It's cool, man.
If I put them on different fingers, I can make them more punk. If I put them on the middle ones. But
There you go.
Don't break your fingers again.
Just
How
live
have you
breaking
activated
fingers.
your injury? I was doing metal horns on a podcast.
I was doing gang signs on a podcast. Yeah.
I wouldn't
some
put
of
it
the
past me, if I'm honest.
Could I have some of the painkillers on D's on, please?
Yeah.
I'd really like some.
I can send them to you. They're very good.
Please do. Please do. Mostly
There we
just so
go.
that I can go off on one at the end of the night, you know. Sounds fun.
New Patreon tier, £30. D will send you prescription medication in the post.
I'll hook everyone up with a single tablet of amitriptyline. We'll all just have a great evening.
Yes.
Go.
So metal.
Imagine that. Jab, you've been the busiest human being in the world. I mean, this is the first time. How many consecutive days have you been in the country for now, breaking your own previous record over the last couple
I'm
of
doing all right. Yeah, since we were last on pod, I've been to 6 different countries. All right, Scotland was one of them, but still. Went to New York, went to Cologne, went to Rotterdam, TwitchCon. That was all right. I felt very old. Like, did see Zealand there, which didn't expect to. He just walked to the place and chatted to him for a little bit. But yeah, it's been all right. Like this week. I think it's hard to avoid, but this week's been very, very difficult because of the joy news. Like, I mean, that's just like seeing all the reaction and liking it is actually very. We're in a very weird position. I don't think it's ever happened, ever. But football Twitter is all nice things. Like everything about Jota is nice. Like football, like everything that seems to be said about it is that like it's such a weird thing. Like I can't think of anything that we have as comparable. I guess there was the Cardiff City striker Salah a couple of years ago, and like even then, like modern day times or things like that. There's been nothing like this, and we're not even at the stage where Liverpool have got to play a game or anything yet. I know they've got a. I was looking. I was going to go with my friends to it. Like the first friend, they were going to play Bilbao. Like they've just postponed it or postponed the ticket sales for it because I'm guessing they don't know what they're going to do. Like for that first game, like yeah, it's quite it's like a really horrible situation, and it has caught me like quite emotional a few times. I think it's been nice to see the tributes and stuff like the celebrations at the Women's Euros where they're all doing the gaming celebrations. Mourinho like did a really nice thing at Silverstone chatting about him, and then just hearing things like Liverpool are doing as well. So by the sounds thing, Liverpool are paying out his contract completely to his family, which is lovely. And then also it sounds like we're just going to retire the number 20 completely. It's just in his honour. But yeah, it's very weird. Like I don't know how to process it. It's just one of those, and God knows like what it's like for the family. Like your parents, you lost both your sons in a car crash, and then like the three young kids as well. It's
it is horrible. I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head there, though. Especially the online reaction to it is the thing that surprised me the most. A couple of weeks ago, I did a ever such a nice chat with Mark from the Project Football podcast, and he does a little section on his podcast, like it's essentially Room 101. You can pick things that you can put into Football Room 101, and I was like, football Twitter, get it in there, because at the best of times it's an absolute cesspit. And you're right, the reactions from everybody have just been really nice, and I think that's probably one of the most surprising things about it. Absolutely horrible news. Absolutely disgusting, but again, like the outpouring of love from I think the wider football community for him has been truly wonderful. When you see people like you've seen like Bruno Fernandes saying like the family will never want for anything, Ruben Neves as well has said, look, like his kids are going to be looked after by me for life, like no questions asked. I mean, that's a really it just speaks to who he was clearly as a person.
Even seeing things like from Queen Kelleher and Andy Robertson, like I didn't actually know this, but he loves snooker, darts, and horse racing. They were just like he's like a Celtic Portuguese man. There's a picture of him dressed up like full Peaky Blinders gear at Cheltenham last year. Like it's one of those weird things, but I think he was just a very, very nice, humble person as well. And I think there was a bit about the women's football side of things where they had the foundation stuff, and he showed up to every single fundraiser or things that they did because he saw the importance of it, like for women to be treated the same and all things like that as well. It's just, I don't know. It's going to be an emotional season, and it's like I said, for like as a Liverpool fan who won the title, it was amazing. God, there was all the stuff with the parade that's just completely gone under the radar completely. How that was reported was sorry, not going to swear, was flipping terrible. Like some of the reporting on that was horrible, just because of the way it was. It was like, that's a horrible person who's done that with the driving, regardless of what drugs or anything like that on them. But but yes, start of the season comes around, it's going to be very weird. Like that first game at Anfield is going to be just an emotional wreck.
Of course it is, and there's no precedent really, is there, with it as well? That's the other thing. I mean, like I say, you touched on the fact that there's Emiliano Sala, the Cardiff player from a few years ago, but even then, that was again such bizarre and such horrible circumstances, and I think it's just everything involved in that side of things as well. It's just there's no blueprint to follow for grief at the best of times anyway, but when it's somebody or something that's in the public eye so much that kind of affects so many people.
Yeah, I don't want to do like there's been other deaths in football. There was the Millwall keeper last year. Like that was quite a big that hit them quite hard as well. Hit a lot of people quite hard. There, it's just, like I said, somebody of that profile and that higher regard. I don't think there's been anything like that. Obviously, in our lifetime, it might have happened before, but yeah, obviously it has happened before, but yes.
No, you're right. Yeah, because that's the thing as well. It's like you say, there are, and you don't want to, almost like compare the importance. But for somebody, a club the size of Liverpool, for a player that was as well respected and well liked as Diogo Jota, it's an absolute heartbreaker. So, I mean, I've seen people comparing it again online to things like when Kobe Bryant died a few years ago, because again, in terms of the sport, he was like Kobe, arguably one of the most famous sports people of all time, but it still like affected like a huge amount of people. And it's similar kind of circumstances here. I think it's just the knock-on effect that it's had. But again, I suppose you've got to look at the positives, I suppose, because they are there. And like I say, the way the people have responded to it has been lovely. So it doesn't make it easy for the families, doesn't make it easy for the people that are directly affected by it. But just seeing that it's been nice watching the way that people have just generally responded to it. So that's something, I suppose.
Yeah, I think to change the topic, let's go into like the other side of it. I think the one thing that has actually been nice, and it's probably the only positive I'll say about this Club World Cup, is the pundits that DAZN have used. They have not used, let's roll out Tim Sherwood and a few other people. They've actually used your stump pegs. They've used your James Elcott and stuff like that. That's been really cool to see. And I'd love to see more of that in football going forward. I mean, this is obviously a complete 180 on where we were, but using the creator base with knowledge. You don't want your full-on Angry Gingers and KSIs and iShow Speed showing up for every single Premier League game, but actually using experts in football or people who actually got the knowledge about the game and actually can connect a little bit more rather than rolling out the same former players. And there will be an argument on the other side of but the former players have played the game, they know the game better than anyone else. Sometimes they don't. And it's the personality as well that sometimes shines through from them as well.
Yeah, no, I think that's an incredibly valid point, because they're, especially you mentioned stunt peg, absolutely phenomenal understanding and just general football knowledge. She just deserves every platform going. I mean, Stakey, you're somebody that you've been involved in some commentary behind the scenes. You've done football commentary, you've done esports bits and pieces through Jeb, events as well. So it must be nice seeing that somebody from kind of a similar background to yourself getting that recognition nationally.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a little bit of why I moved away initially from the sports commentary scene, was I felt that all of the good jobs were being given to very mediocre ex-footballers that didn't really have the personality and had to kind of build that personality. You look at someone, and they're very good now, but when they first started, like Alan Shearer, for example, so monotonous, so boring, and you get that kind of character being pushed in and then not given the time that Alan Shearer's been given to kind of establish himself and his personality. And there are people all over the internet that know how to handle being in a public eye, how to respond to things like the Jota thing, for example. I think you get a much better connection from people who are reacting as football fans rather than those in the game. I mean, those in the game is really important as well, but you're seeing that from the people connected with Jota. You don't then need to hear Clinton Morrison's opinion on Diogo Jota. You want to hear it from a fan. And I think hearing fans' perspective on the TV and content creators on TV is really important for the game, just in general. I think it's really important. And I think that's the way I think we're going to start to see it go. I hope. I'm going to try and get back involved with it once I move up to Sheffield, for that very reason, in that I think that the opportunity is going to start to be there soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed anyway, and hopefully
Careful
we see more of it.
Crossing of fingers.
Yeah, true. I don't want to break them again.
But yeah, I think the other one that I missed out was Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith is a FIFA esports commentator, EAFC, done all the time. He got hired for Ball League, which is really good, and now he's onto DAZN, which has been awesome. Stakey's fuming at it because he's left us. But yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, I know.
You shouldn't have brought him up.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Yeah.
He's mentioned that move to Sheffield is actually happening right now. So
Yeah.
he'll be joining us live. No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really, really nice to see. And again, it's not necessarily jobs for the boys. I mean, Stakey, it's ironic. You mentioned, like, we're talking, Jeb's mentioned the likes of, your Angry Gingers and your KSIs who have a platform but are also just quite loud. Stakey mentioned Clinton Morrison. I was very, very lucky I got to go with our friend Tony to Wembley a few weeks ago for, as one of the students I work with at school described it, the most generational hate watch of all time. To go and see Sheffield United playing in a final at Wembley, and thank you to Tony Jameson and his wonderful booze streams, because we were sat in the second row at Wembley and it was a very, very nice day out. But when the trophy lift came around, I think a lot of the pundits and the people that were there, as part of the matchday broadcast, kind of came out, and I saw a guy, I think his name is Specs. He wears big glasses.
Yep.
Yep, that's kind of his remit. He wears big glasses. And Clinton Morrison. I'm like, why are either of you here? Like, what? I love you, Clinton. You play for the Wednesday for a fair few years, and you were all right. But what's your remit? Why are you?
For some reason, I'm going to end up sounding like Alan Partridge here. Can I tell you something? I quite like Clinton Morrison because he provides a different style of punditry. It's not the same monotonous thing, and he does have a bit of banter about it, and he does go back and forth with the commentators and stuff. It's like, I think sometimes I've worked with him before, but Steve Claridge is probably the archetypal. I'm going to commentate on the sidelines here. I'm going to give my analysis, and that's about it. You're not really going to get much personality out of it. I'm going to leave, and that's it. And it's quite nice that there's more personalities coming through in football commentary. And we've done really well to distract ourselves from talking about Football Manager, so we're doing well so far.
Look at us go. Aren't we doing brilliantly?
Yeah.
Thriving, some might say.
I mean, we've got all that big news as well to talk about that they released. Oh, no, they didn't, did they?
There was a single page, or maybe two, in a slideshow.
Yeah, in Japan.
That happened in Japan. That may have had the words Football Manager on it. That was pretty cool.
Was the frog there?
Yeah.
No.
He was doing the presentation.
Is there any context to the Tokyo Game Show Football Manager frog yet? That's all I want to know.
I miss the frog. I miss the frog.
I miss the frog. You know what? I think a lot of blame gets thrown around when it's come to the lack of news and the delays and everything else. I think we just blame the frog. I think that's the easiest way of doing it.
Spin it all on the frog.
I just really hope the next day at SI, Miles was going through a report and it's like, the frog cost us how much? We can't release a game now. 18 months this will take us to recoup.
They are releasing that game that I've signed up for the beta of. I know that much. Or the beta, but it's the beta. That Champions Selection box with Mars and Cadbury's chocolates. I don't know. I can't remember what it's called.
Idea.
It's got Haaland on the front of it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
People did stuff about it. I'll look it up while you guys talk among yourselves.
Clearly, we're so disconnected from the FM scene that we've not seen this
Honestly,
vital piece of information.
Things are happening, and I'm not that I was on the pulse of all FM based news, but like this just stuff is happening. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. When I find out about it a week after it's happened, like I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's like that, Zealand's Creators League. I'm like, oh, I know some of those people. That's good. Oh, good for them. Good for them.
Yeah.
Maybe I was on those drugs that D was on. I can't find it now. So
doesn't exist. Have you dreamt again?
Yeah. Oh God.
Maybe it got cancelled until next March.
Because of the frog.
Damn, frog strikes again.
Bloody frog.
He just turns up hitmanning all the football games. The full Agent 47. Bless him. Oh. Well, hey, people are confident they'll release a new game at some point this year, mate. I say
Sega Football Club Champions 2025. It's got loads of City players on the front of it. But yeah,
good.
it's the latest football club management sim by Sega is here. There you go. It looks like manager mode in FIFA essentially, but apparently it has got some football manager back engine in it, but nobody knows what that looks like. So
Excellent.
It's got the J League, the K League, and Manchester City in it. So there you go.
Right.
what else do you need?
Exactly. I mean, people have been asking for the J League for years, and now they've got it again, and you've got Man City as well. Yeah, exactly.
There's your Triple Crown save straight away.
Japan, Korea, and Manchester.
Yeah.
The three pillars.
What more do you want?
Do we think this is what Football Manager's going to look like?
I don't know.
Because
That's
it doesn't look bad.
No, but then, yeah, it doesn't look... It looks like FIFA from, like, 2013.
Yeah, maybe not even that. Yeah, it does look... It does look... There's definitely some 3D-ness and some zooms in and some, like, cutscene-y looking things. But, yeah, it does look dated already.
Yes.
Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if that's exactly what Football Manager 26 looked like.
No, I wouldn't be overly shocked. I mean, again, I had my first Football Manager thoughts in months today. I was cooking the Sunday roast and I was watching some videos and YouTube algorithm. I was like, I'll put some random videos on, and it started playing some videos from, I think, I want to say FIFA 15. So we're going back nearly a full decade. And
What's wrong with your algorithm?
It's a very weird algorithm, my algorithm. And I was like, oh, if FM looked like that, I wouldn't be angry. It looks dated.
Yeah.
It looked very, very dated. But I was like, if it looked like that, I'd be okay with it. I'd be all right. But like I say, that's a 10-year-old game now. But it looks a little bit sharper than this. This Football Club Champions.
I know. I just don't know what to think. But
Goodness me.
I don't know. It might elongate some of the stuff. I mean, the Zealand's league has been reasonably quite nice to watch. I did like Musterman stabbing RDF in the back, saying he'd select his team, and then it turns out he was just picking his own team.
Part of the competition now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to join. Like, you can deal with it. But yeah, I think we all chuckled when he said it was going to be 3 weeks of games, because we know how long an online save takes, and we were only a fifth of how many managers he's got in his. So yeah,
He's right.
So-
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I've done the counting. I've done the counting. Yeah, I've
Yes.
seen bits and pieces, and it seems like people are having a nice time for the most part.
Yeah,
I think I will say this very, very publicly on my podcast, because why not? I think if you are any of the people that was sending Monique atrocious messages after she played Nick Run the Foot Market, get in the ocean and talk to the women in your life, because my goodness gracious me, you're awful. You really shouldn't do that to people. I think the way that he handled it, I watched his video, and I think the way that he handled it live on stream didn't help either, Nicholas.
Yeah.
So be better, if I'm honest with you. Aside from that, though, everyone seems to be having a nice time, I think. Seems to be going okay.
Yeah,
Again,
it looks like it's been quite good fun.
Yeah, it's a nice thing, you know. Again, it's when I heard about it, you know, after it started, because again, that's how in the loop I am with the things that are happening on the internet. I was like, oh well, seems ambitious, but you know, good luck. You know, crack on, live your lives. And I think it's seems to all be going okay. And it's nice. It's keeps that spark of PvP alive a little bit as well, which is never a bad thing, because you know we've harped on for quite a long time on this podcast over the last year or so that, you know, network saves are probably the most fun you can have with your friends on Football Manager. So nice to see lots of people doing it on a wider scale, I suppose.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But,
there's all sorts of new people as well. Like they're sort of like it's not the usual like big FMers, there's like a couple of outside ones, like even like Manny being involved, and it's kind of like, oh, okay, they're acknowledging that Manny streams Football Manager a little bit. Let's get him involved. That's good.
Yeah, I think Manny has Manny got I think he has a Streamer Showdown to his name, if I remember right. With
He
Manny.
does. Yeah, Manny.
Yeah, yeah.
Manny, Manny
Yeah,
has got
he
a
was an
Stream
early
Showdown title to his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But like bringing in the French streamer who can't remember the name of, and then some of the outside, like, all right, Nick, we're on the foot market's a big name to have in there. And obviously, the stuff that Mooney was not great at all. But yeah, it's good to see like there's other people in there as well. Like there's a few FIFA creators in there. There's people who've never played the game before, which is always hilarious to see, especially when people get beat by them. So yeah, yeah, it'd be interesting to see if it goes on to do further seasons and how they'll play about it, and how things will go further. See what happens. It's keeping FM alive a little bit more. I mean, there's still some excellent stuff out there. I mean, Kev's having a whale of a time going across Europe again.
Kev's been doing great,
which has been nice to see. Callum doesn't manage Slough. That's about all I know. It's like,
That's a weird thing. That's a weird thing to say out loud, though, isn't it? After all this
I
time.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
But he's still going to Slough for a day out. Great.
yeah.
Can't wait. Love Slough. Best town ever.
It's a hell of a town. Hell of a town.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Biggest trading industrial estate in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
What's
You'll
not to
never
like?
sing that.
Yeah, that's happening. Carl wants people to go to Slough. I might go to Slough again. Once more. If he promises me it's the last time.
It's because we asked last year, didn't we? We said, can we do an away game? We'll do ultras. We'll be away fans somewhere nice. Like Maidenhead.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Why are they all here? We don't know. They have nothing to do with us. They would have a great time. But hey, Slough gave us some special moments. I had a little watch back of Callum's day managing the club from last summer. I had a little watch back of that again the other night, and they're one of my favourite ever content creation moments, regardless of any of my or our involvement. Just that shot of Callum where he realises that the match has started. He stood in the car with me and somebody else.
Yeah, it was
to be down there. It's just,
it was me, you, David, and Monique all talking to him upstairs.
Yep.
Cinema.
He's got a pint in his hand, as any good manager should. It's like
Big
there's a
Sam would be
game on.
proud.
And then, okay.
You know the thing that we're all here for? It's started. It's down there. So good. So good. I will say this, actually. I think Callum and Kev have both made inquiries as to whether they would be allowed back onto the podcast at some point for a chat. I immediately say no.
Yeah.
Of course.
Correct.
Once they're gone, they're gone. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, bridges get burned.
Never had anyone back, have we? So it's fine.
No, nor should we. Nor should we. The bridges were less burnt, more nuked from orbit. Some of the things Kev said to us in his notice. Vile. Not even Dee's drug-addled mind could come up with anything the likes that Kev came out with.
Me
Slurs
on
that I've
amateur
never
is
heard
one
since.
thing, but him on a hot Ribena is something else. And he'll crosses too many lines.
I've said it since day one. There is a darkness rooted deep inside that man. On the outside, he's fruit salad, but inside he's blackjacks. We all know this about Kev. We all know this.
Yeah, but blackjacks are really nice.
He's the licorice all sorts that even people that like licorice all sorts don't like. He's that one. He's the blue and pink knobbly ones. Then you get through.
I
the
really
horrible
like them.
knobbly
They're my favourites.
No, don't be like. Nobody likes those, Jed. Not even the people that make licorice all sorts like those. They've put them in there for the same reason licorice all sorts exists in the first place, out of spite. But, I want to get. Do you know what we want to do? We want to get people's hopes up at Christmas and their birthdays. Oh, what's this? A box of chocolates. Liquor. Oh, I'd open it now, but these are too special to open. I'll save these. I'll save these for a special occasion.
No. That's Turkish delight.
Oh, that's even worse.
This is not the first time that we've gone at Bertie Bassett on the podcast. The sponsorship's gone. We've nuked that bridge as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn.
Good. There is no amount of money they could offer us. If I got an email tomorrow from Bertie
100
himself,
quid. Just send us 100 quid.
No.
And a box of licorice all sorts each. I'll have them all. It's fine. We'll go around and collect them.
Yeah, Jeb can have
mine.
all 4 boxes of licorice all sorts, and then he can eat them live on the next podcast, one by one.
Exactly. Yeah.
With no breaks for being sick.
You're going to be very ill.
A kilogram of delicious licorice.
And only a steaming hot pint of Guinness to wash it down.
Oh, nice hot Guinness to wash down your... And it'll all just merge together in your belly. Oh, what's not to like? So we're definitely doing another one of these, just because I was trying to kill it.
Just for that.
Oh, that's if we take it all back, Bertie. Send us the cash and the licorice, and
Got a challenge on now. There you go. Done.
yeah. Cheers, Bert. Yeah. Cheers. If you know,
Why has nobody ever made a horror film with Bertie Bassett as well? Because you actually do look at that person. He is quite a frightening individual. What I'd like to see is a fight between that and, do you remember the Italia 90 football legs thing?
I thought you were just about to say, do you remember Italians? I was like,
Bertie Bassett versus Italy. That's what I want to see.
oh yeah, the horrible
Yeah.
legs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I want to see. That fight.
I wasn't born then, so...
Somebody's probably made it in WWE 2K in some shape or form.
I really hope so. I really hope so. And if they haven't, why haven't they? These are the questions.
Exactly.
I've answered. Yeah. Turkish delight, though. That's some nonsense, isn't it? That's,
Yeah.
ugh,
No time for that.
ugh. My kids and I, we watched The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe for the first time a few weeks ago. And then they got all excited about Turkish delight, and I bought them some Turkish delight the next day. Bought it over for them to try. Why would you betray your family for this? I'm like, exactly. This is terrible. It just tastes like perfume. Awful sweeties. Man, Victor Osserman. See, it's gone full circle.
We're back.
We did it. Oh, it's as if we've never been away. That was good.
Is it?
No,
Never on that.
it was something like. I'm
Are
trying
you
to
okay, D? You okay, D?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still with you, loves. Don't worry.
D.
Just about.
D.
Yes, Reg.
Only you can hear me.
And how is that different from any other moment in my life?
Good.
You are
Everything's
my internal monologue.
Rich is your Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, imagine that.
D, what's going to be longer, this podcast or the wait for drinks at that pub?
Oh, that's a great question. I reckon this podcast might pip it by like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Just.
thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and D met each other for some dinner. And we'll order off the app. We don't need to go inside. They told us to order off the app, so we ordered the food on the app and the drinks on the app. The food came 40 minutes later. The drinks came an hour later. The food was quite dry as well. So when you just like, really need a drink here.
Yeah. To the point where I got up to go and get our drinks, and someone was walking out holding 2 pints, looking at me like, "Oh, don't worry, I've got them." And I was like, "Oh, perfect." Sat down, and they sort of walked towards us, and then turned off and went up to another table, and like, "You right?" Got up, went in, and apparently, nightmare, horrible.
Yeah.
Is this one of these no COVID-19 themed bars? that you went to.
Yeah, exactly. Very
But to
niche.
sit 2 meters apart.
Yeah. I just sat on the other side, just shouting.
Dan!
Exactly.
How's your food? Mine's also really bad.
I'm very
So which pub was this?
thirsty.
Which restaurant was this? Just so we can just shout them out.
No, we're not going to shout them out. They said they'll sponsor the pod as
Yeah.
an apology.
Fingers crossed. So on next pod, Jeb is eating a kilogram of licorice and 4 people's worth of dry dinners from this pub. Can't wait.
Yeah.
With nothing to wash it down.
Fantastic.
That's the podcast the following week.
Yeah.
The
That's
beers
when he's
arrive.
allowed
That's
hydration.
the drinks. That's when the drinks arrive. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be okay then. Oh, super duper. To be fair, we have been recording for an hour and 2 minutes, so your drinks are
Oh,
on.
wow.
Okay.
There we go. See, I can tell the time.
Oh, they've arrived.
Thank you. I'm proud of myself. Right, I'm going to be honest with you, fellas. This kind of feels like a podcast to me. I'm getting that.
It does a bit, yeah. It's not really well formed, but we weren't really known for format, were we? So
How dare you? Here we are. As
Snooze,
people.
damn it.
Yeah, we went through our, traditional planning route, which is kind of getting into the call and going, what are we actually going to talk about? It's like, don't know, we'll just have a chat, and that's kind of what we've done.
we did look at a slide and a swimming pool. So yeah,
We did look at
swimming pool at the loosest terms possible. But yeah,
and what
but if
I'm-
anybody wants to give us 40 quid, next Slough meetup, can bring that with us.
We'll bring an inflatable swim. I'm not unconvinced from the images. There's a massive pair of see-through trousers hanging in the background. I really want. I will wear them to Slough and only them. Everyone can see my bum. Oh, people would enjoy it though.
I really hope the person who is selling that on Facebook Marketplace finds this picture in the thumbnail that Dee's going to make. Oh, I didn't realise they listened to it.
Yeah. I love them.
Yeah.
This is when we find out it's actually being sold by a listener.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. Guy buying off. His name isn't.
Yeah, that was the point of the joke.
Putting it out there just in case people weren't
Thanks.
sure.
Do you have somebody sit in the crowd when you're doing stand up to do that for you? It's like,
Bold of you to assume there's a crowd. not in my. Oh, good. There we go. Now we're back. Good. Fellas, before we wrap this up, Stakety Bakety. If people want to find you doing things on the internet, maybe, possibly, once your dancing fingers are back on form, where might they be able to find you possibly doing internet?
I would say follow me on Twitter, and then that you might get some updates at some point at the Steak Bake on there, and maybe I'll drop a Twitch link if I ever bother to turn the camera on again. But go follow these other lovely chaps instead, because they are much better. And if you do subscribe to me, unsubscribe, because you're wasting your money.
Subscribe to us so we can buy a swimming pool. That's what I
Yes.
need. Yes.
And a pair of see-through trousers.
A massive pair of see-through trousers. Jeb, what about you? If people want to find you online, where can they do so?
Twitch.tv/Jebaroo. I'm not playing Football Manager. I haven't played it for a long time. Sorry. I am playing Hitman though, and I'm terrible at that game. But also, I'm terrible at that game. Yeah, really, really bad at it. To the point where I've now called him Steve Hitman, or S Hitman. It's for short, because that's how bad of a hitman he is. And yesterday was, it's been
was
quite spectacular.
remarkable.
Yeah. To be fair, the one kill that I did do was very, very good. But yeah, that was about it. And then the 200 innocent civilians I murdered, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Or as Jeb calls them,
might be doing a bit
collectible.
more of that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gotta murder a couple of 100 people to make an omelette, says Jeb, repeatedly.
Yep. Twitch.tv/Jebaroo, and then that's about it.
Jeb committing atrocities by the sounds of things. Jeb, remember when Taff played Hitman on stream and shaved his head and he got really good at it?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
All right, fine.
You tried, Rich. You tried.
Did the very best. D. Hi, friend.
Hello.
People might want to watch you on the internet, sober or not. Your choice.
Yeah.
Where could they find you? Just
I
be
mean,
your
they
best
could
self.
they could come and hang out at twitch.tv/dboyplays. They can come and see me spin wheels and beat everybody 14-0 and not really pay attention to Football Manager for about 3.5 hours. It's just a chat, really, more than anything. But it's, yeah, that's where you come hang out. We have fun.
You'd be
Good
daft
crack.
not to. Be daft not to. I sometimes
What about you, Rich?
stream. Well, I don't know. Sometimes twitch.tv/RichOwensFM. I stopped streaming, then started again a bit, and then I stopped again just because life.
Well,
got
also,
in the
Rich,
way.
happy birthday. We're old now. Have you realised?
We are, aren't we?
Yeah, we're really old. Yeah, we're really old now.
We're both 40 now.
What do you mean now?
Shut up.
Test. I can't take it. I can't look.
Anyway, that was good. Okay, I'll bring you back. Okay, Jeb's turned his back to you now. He'll never turn back around. Yeah, I stopped streaming, then I started again, then I stopped again because life got really, really busy. But I might start again. I've got a South Park game to finish playing, and then there's another
Yes,
game
you
that's coming
do.
out in like a week that I really want to play as well. It's Anthony Hawk's Pro Skateboarding. And I bloody love Anthony. And his
Oh, he's good, isn't he?
flips. So, yeah, come do that. Or don't. It's up to you. You don't have to. I'm not your dad. Can't make you. I'll be honest with you, fellas. That was really, really nice. I've had a really, really nice evening with you all. I said
Me too.
publicly on a podcast that I was a guest on that I would like to spend more time with you, and doing so has made me really happy. So thank you, D. Thank you, Stakey. Thank you, Jeb, for spending the
Thank you,
evening
Rich.
with me. Appreciate
Yeah,
it
thank
all.
you, Rich.
Oh,
No, thank you, Rich.
no, thank me, Jeb. Thank you, Jeb, for eating all that licorice next time. And thank you, the audience, for hanging out with us, for just listening, for watching. However you have consumed this podcast, we appreciate you. It's just nice to have a little talk sometimes, isn't it? It's nice to catch up. We will see you on the next episode of Football Manager Therapy. Take care. Love you lots. Bye-bye.